Hello groupies, welcome back to Form of Therapy. I'm the video channel producer, and today we are watching the BTS Epiphany comeback trailer. Now, before we start, I just want to say this video is brought to you by LV Bangtan. Now, we've collaborated with LV Bangtan on many occasions. LV Bangtan is a group driven by passionate armies just like yourselves, and they work hard to promote the Love Myself campaign, and also they work together to promote the UNICEF For Every Child campaign to end violence. Now, if you've supported LV Bangtan, you have done a great job in supporting the BTS Love Myself message and the UNICEF campaign, but they're coming at you with a brand new announcement. In celebration of BTS's new comeback for the Answer album, LV Bangtan is dropping brand new merch designs. This clothing line and merchandise is specific to the Answer campaign, and it's going to be available all throughout the comeback season, so you have plenty of time to get it. Now, if you want to support the BTS Love Myself message and the UNICEF campaign, and you want to get some merch from LV Bangtan, be sure to use the link in the description below. That's actually my special link. You get a 10% discount. You support the UNICEF and BTS Love Myself campaign all the same, while you also get a couple bucks discount. So be sure to use my link down below, and it's for a great cause, guys. So really, if you want to support this great cause, the new merch is dropping next week on the 15th, so just use my link to get it. Anyways, guys, let's get into the video. This is your Form of Therapy. Alright, so there's two versions of him. One checking himself out in the mirror. He leaves. And there's one of him just sitting on the couch. Now I feel like, first of all, it's black and white, so I feel like this is an important significance. Hold on. Oh, is this Jin's voice? Holy shit. I love the guitar accompaniment. Oh. Wow, this is very different compared to Serendipity and Singularity. Interesting. So I assume that right there, him sitting on the floor, is the version of him that went out and came back, and now he's sitting on under the light. Interesting. So it faded from black and white saturation to a colored saturation. Interesting, he's repeating the same actions as the previous Jin. Ooh, interesting effect of how all the water is going up in reverse. It's got to signify a big change in at least his emotional mindset. See, he comes back in, but he doesn't even have his jacket on anymore. This instrumental sound is really interesting. Kind of reminds me of like modern rock, you know? Interesting. So instead of sitting on the ground, he's looking out the window. Ooh, this ending is really good. It's very cathartic, very euphoric. There's like this great sense of release. Epiphany is a great title for this. It almost seems like he's coming to a realization. So like that part right there during the bridge, it's like this big, like amazing part where like all of a sudden his mind is clear. So it's like the song's going full blast. It almost feels like he's breaking the cycle of whatever the cycle was. 나 자신을 찾는 여정의 끝에 다다른 건 다시 제자리. 결국 찾아야 하는 것은 모든 것의 시작이자 이 정표인 hold on 영혼 sorry. I'll read it again later. Oh, this is from the what the fuck this shit again? No. God damn it, they can't just let me enjoy a video. We gotta get into that whole crazy conspiracy theory bullshit again. That's from the video where they're all on the beach, the home camera footage of Jin, and him by the truck is him alone. You know, it's the photograph of all his friends, you know, gone from the photo. But now suddenly they reappear. Conspiracy theories running wild. But, you know, I'm not here for that. I'm just here to judge this production based on what it has given us. But before we actually get into that, let me read the Korean that was at the end. 나 자신을 찾는 여정의 끝에 So the journey to find me 다다른 건 다시 제자리 is back to the beginning. So the journey to find myself leads back to the beginning. Alright, this one's a little complicated because of the grammar. 결국 찾아야 eventually have to find 하는 것은 모든 것의 시작이자 thing that I eventually have to find is the beginning of everything. 이정표인 영혼의 지도. The milestone of my soul's well, there's no possessive here. It's 이정표인 영혼의 지도. So the milestone of either my soul's map, the map of my soul, or just without the possessive. 이정표인, so milestone of a soul's map or the map of a soul. 누구에게나 있지만 아무나 찾을 수 없는 그것을 나는 지금부터 찾아보려 한다. So that means 누구에게 있지만 아무나 찾을 수 없는. So it's something that everyone has but not everyone can find. I will begin to search for it. So I guess this is the epiphany. The epiphany is that the answer is in the beginning? Is that what they're saying? I don't know. Honestly, look to DKTV's video. They probably have a better grasp on what this actually means because of the heavy Korean here. Because they're not just writing it in like regular Korean, they're like being all fucking artsy with it, which is where it gets tricky. So I would suggest, you know, DKTV's video for honestly a great translation on that part. Now, when it comes to this video and this song, first of all, the song, I am going to say explicitly, this is my favorite comeback trailer song. I like this more than Serendipity and Singularity. You know, Serendipity and Singularity were somewhere similar to me in terms of like how much I like it. I probably just liked Serendipity more on a personal level because I like Jimin, but on a musical level, I probably like Singularity more. But now, hands down, I actually really like this one better. But Serendipity and Singularity felt more like just songs, but this song, Epiphany, feels more like a soundtrack. It has a very cinematic feel to it. It's very soulful. It's very emotional and moving for me personally. So I actually really, really enjoy this. And to hear this coming out of Jin, I mean, Jin sounds fucking amazing. The instrumental here, I love the guitar accompaniment. It like I said, this feels like the soundtrack to like an indie movie song, and perhaps that's the epiphany aspect of it. You know, it's like when you're watching an indie movie and there's like that moment of just like this cathartic moment of realization where you're just like overwhelmed with energy, where you're just overwhelmed with emotion, and like that's sort of what I'm getting here, which is actually very interesting because the song is very emotional and powerful and moving, but the video is so static and stale, you know, on purpose. You know, it's showing the monotony of his life and like sort of the repetitive motion that he goes through, and then by the end it looks like he breaks the cycle, which I hope it leads into something else. I'm sure that this like connects back to the comeback trailer, the movie cinematic trailer for Love Yourself, which I guess I should watch at this point. Honestly, I actually haven't watched that, but I think looking at this here, this probably connects to it somehow. Maybe that Notebook especially. The Notebook seems to be the key, where you see him going through the motions. He puts on his coat, checks himself out in the mirror, because, you know, why wouldn't you if you're Jin? Because, you know, Mr. Worldwide, handsome. Goes out, has, I don't know, a depressing life, comes back, sits, sulks, repeat, you know, rinse, repeat. But he breaks the cycle. He comes back. This time, instead of sulking, he looks out the window. He looks forward. Instead of turning his back on the world and the window, he's looking out the window and forward, almost like he's looking forward into the future. You know, he's come to a realization. Or maybe he's looking at the past. I mean, the Korean message here is all about the answers in the beginning, so maybe that's actually what he's looking towards. So then you have Jin once again going through the motions of putting on his clothes, checking himself out on the mirror, but instead of just going out, he takes this notebook with him, which the notebook might contain the key or some special message that leads to his epiphany or adds to the epiphany or is part of this journey that he's going on to find himself. So yeah, that's pretty interesting. I think this was very, very cool. I mean, most of this music video, they tried to make it one shot. It's not completely clearly pure one shot. You know, it's a one shot camera movement, but then they composite stuff in. So that's pretty cool though still. You know, I think that that's essentially making it only a few cuts in this actual music video. I actually really liked the movement of this, you know. If it wasn't for the actual obvious, you know, set look, you know, this very much looks like a set. This is not a real room, you know what I mean? But if it wasn't for that, this would have been a pretty cinematic, movie-like video. So I actually really greatly appreciate this on a cinematic level. Anyways, guys, what did you think of the Epiphany comeback trailer? How does it stack against all the other previous comeback trailers? Which one do you like the most? Let me know in the comments below. Also, thank you to our monthly groupies. I couldn't do this without you guys. If you want to join the club and support my channel and get early access to reaction videos, go to patreon.com/formoftherapy. For as little as $2 a month, again, you'll be supporting me and getting early access to reaction videos just like this. However, if you can't support me monetarily, that's completely fine. Why don't you just go ahead and click like down below? It actually helps me out a lot with YouTube search algorithm. Go ahead and click subscribe up here. Tune in for all future reaction and review videos. I mean, BTS's comeback is coming soon, so if you want to see that, be sure to click subscribe and hit the notification bell, and go ahead and binge all my other videos over here.